Okay, so let's roll. So what I want to do today is I want to talk about one of my absolute favorite games of all time, which is Warcraft II, Tides of Darkness. Unfortunately, I don't have the original box or the original CD for this game. It's been lost somehow. I do still have the manual. It's torn to shreds, completely falling apart. It's a wonderful thing. I mean, I don't really have the best camera right now to show this, but I spent so much time as a child just flipping over through this. And actually, well, English is not my native language. This is one of the things I actually used as a really, really small child to basically learn English. Games helped me a lot. Okay, so this is my cat who's gonna help me record this somehow, one way or another. And I used to play this on my father's working laptop, um, which was uh, okay. Is this gonna work? I wonder. Anyway, which was IBM 486. It's a IBM laptop, and it's been a long time ago. Anyway, so let me maybe jump right into the game. Um, yeah, I'm not particularly good at this game. I have to sort of signal from the very beginning. I mean, this is one of my favorite games of all time, which is not to say that I know how to play it. Right, I enjoy it tremendously, but that's, again, enjoying something and being good at it, obviously, not the same thing. I mean, it took actually a fair amount of technical skill uh, to launch. So this was actually before basically Windows. There was this thing called Windows 3.11, and actually I think Windows 95. No, Windows 95 actually came out because this game dates back to 1995. So Windows 95 was already out. I didn't have that. I used to maybe try that on Windows 3.11, but the most thing we would use back then was wow, this is loud. Okay, anyway, let me just skip that. Was Microsoft DOS, and we used things like such as Norton Commander, and we had to have like you had to have separate drivers for the mouse to work, and also because this was a laptop and the CD drive was an external device, you also needed to have an cables, not just the cables, but also the drivers to make sure that the CD will work. And that was not a straightforward thing to do. And well, I don't want to get into that, but this was one of the ways in which I mean in general my access to the computer and to computer games was severely limited when I was a child. This was one of the things my parents did uh, um, to control my access is to sort of not teach me how to make these you know uh, make these devices such as mouse and the CD drive work. And obviously this game would not load up back then without a CD drive. And again, the original game that I played was, again, Warcraft II, Tides of Darkness. This is now what I have launched here is the Battle.net edition, which I got off of Good Old Games. And Good Old Games, finally, I'm so grateful to them. They've made a re-release of all of this with updated settings. I mean, it works now flawlessly with one click. And both Orcs and Humans and Warcraft 2 is available. But I never really played Warcraft 1. Warcraft 2 was my favorite game. Again, as I told you, one of my favorite games of all times. And I mean, I'm sure to a large extent this is just due to nostalgia. Uh, but yeah, I never really played Orcs and Humans, and it's a much harder game to get into. It doesn't really have all sorts of you know um, things that we are used to now. Like, I mean, for example, right mouse click. I don't think it works as right mouse button doesn't work as commands. So you need to use uh, things like, well, either hotkeys or press move or press harvest or press attack for the units to follow your commands. This game is much more streamlined in that respect. And I mean, in addition to this, I also had there was just a handful of games back then. So basically, Quest for Glory, first Quest for Glory, Police Quest 3, Doom 1, Mortal Kombat 1, DuckTales, and Command and Conquer. I think that was like basically all of the games I had back then. And among this selection, I think that Warcraft was probably my favorite. And it was very hard to play. I mean, I couldn't really play it very well. And I mean, uh, yeah, basically I had to use cheat codes, and I didn't really have all the cheat codes, so I couldn't really even get through the whole game, even using the cheat codes, because in some of the missions it wasn't enough to just destroy all of the opponents. You also needed to complete specific objectives. Like I remember to this day, one of the orcish missions was to build a fortress at the mouth of Tears Bay or something like that, and build a fortress at a particular spot, and I just couldn't figure that out. I couldn't get past that mission. It was fun times, fun times. So anyway, but I feel like in the end I really got a lot out of playing these games. English and a certain amount of technical expertise, and maybe a certain kind of outlook. So anyway, let me maybe stop rambling and get into the game itself. So what I want to do is maybe walk through the first several missions, and I have to say that I actually like the first missions of this the most. They're, for me, again, most associated with nostalgia and most fun. They're the easiest ones. Again, I'm not very good at this game, so these are the only missions that I can really play without much trouble. And let me just maybe start with the Orcish campaign, because again, believe it or not, as a kid I always used to prefer the orcs to the human faction. I mean, it's not really true these days. These days I usually, for some reason, I'm not sure what Freudians would make of this, but these days I usually prefer the the factions of the light or the factions of the order. But back then, for some reason, these orcs, these Viking-like marauding forces of chaos and destruction really, really fascinated me, and this book has all sorts of wonderful outwork. And I remember how I think my parents, but also my I remember how my grandfather was really outraged that I would read books with such pictures, and he thought these orcs were like completely vile and disgusting. And I mean, it's an interesting thing. I mean, we had this conversation where he said these guys are bad and their lives are bad, and I said, well, no. I mean, like, they have their own kind of order. I was trying to explain to my grandfather, and he was asking me, well, all these skulls, whose skulls are these? And I tried to explain to him, look, it's not like orcs kill orcs. No, they kill humans. I mean, among themselves, they're peaceful and whatever, whatnot. I mean, it's probably not really true to the lore. By the way, this game has a lot of lore, and this sort of writing, I used to try to read this as a kid, and this was murderously hard. I remember just struggling through passage and passage because, the writing is extremely dense. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, this very beginning of this story. So, my name is Egwin, and for over 1,000 years I have wandered the realms of this world and endeavored to safeguard the peoples of its lands against the ethereal powers of the great dark beyond. I have seen mighty kingdoms rise and fall. I have witnessed the deeds of high nobility and the lowliest of rabble. Both conspire to define the destiny of mankind. It has been only recently that I have regrettably become directly involved in the matters of men. For countless ages it has been charge of my order to shelter and protect mortal men from the mysteries of the great dark and the palpable, heinous evils of the realms beyond. I mean, sorry for taking this long to read this, but yeah, it was difficult reading when I was a kid. Again, 7 years old, basically knowing how to say things like thank you, and what's your name, where did you come from. So yeah, I've come a long way since then. Anyway, so let me maybe stop rambling on about these general issues, and let me maybe get into the game proper. So what I want to do is, again, as I said, play through the first missions. Whoops, this was not supposed to do that. Okay, play through the first missions, and starting with the Orcish campaign, because that's what I really loved as a kid. Okay, so I want to skip all of this stuff because you know, there's plenty of Let's Plays on YouTube. So basically, I just want to get into the game itself. These tips, some of them are really hilarious. Again, I remember as a kid scrolling through this. Most of them are useful, I think, but some of them are just for fun. Like this: never pet a burning dog. It's good advice. This is like my university. Okay, anyway, so let me get into the game. Okay, so this first mission is very simple. Okay, so I should remember all the hotkeys. I don't. Okay, so some of the things they've added in the Battle.net edition is that you can queue the not queue but group. Okay, so these guys are fighting without me. Again, this stuff, being able to click attack just on the ground, and the units will just move and attack everything in this way, in the way. So again, this classical attack move. Should I maybe speed up the game, I wonder? Not too much to do in these first missions. I'm just, you know, basically fooling around. Whoops. Fight. Okay. So, most important rule is for everybody to be doing something always. These first missions, I mean, they're very simple, but you know, whoops. Okay. Let's lose a single one, a single unit. This would be nice. Okay, I think that's it. I think these are all. These are, whoops. Okay, something happened to the music. Music's off. Why is the music off? Okay, whatever. It's okay, so let's go back here. In principle, I don't think we need this many peons for this first mission, and also let's chop lumber. I mean, this game was very advanced for the time when it came out, and I have to say it aged very well. Not enough gold. Okay, so how much? 500. Let's speed things up maybe a little bit. So I think this game aged very well. In general, this what do you call this? Like hand drawn, not 3D, but drawn artwork. Actually, ages very well. And the sounds and the music, everything is just fabulous about this game. So in these first missions, really cannot build much. I mean, in principle, if I was replaying this on my own, I would explore everything. I actually feel like, I'm not sure if this has to do with the GOG, with the good old game settings or something like that, but I feel a bit of lag when I play. For a game this old, I mean, on the computer this fast, I shouldn't really get any lag, but whatever. So we need to build 4 farms and a barracks. So let's see how much we need. So 450. Okay, we got that. So. Okay, yeah. No more wood. We don't really need any more wood. Okay, done. Hotkeys has always been my weak point. Okay. Villagers standing around. Shouldn't get that. Shouldn't allow that, I guess. Okay, so once this barracks is done, this is it. Some people prefer switching off the fog of war. But I'm not sure. I think I kind of prefer the fog of war. I mean, it's slightly more challenging. This game gets very difficult. I have to say, I've never beat it completely. I've beaten everything apart for the last mission, the last orc mission. I've also never played Beyond the Dark Portal. And when I say this, I mean I've done this recently. As a kid, I barely could beat anything, you know, anything beyond the very first missions that I'm gonna show here. In principle, the way I like to play is sort of one mission orcs, one mission humans. But I suppose let's just continue with the orcs. Humans are nice too, but I kind of have this, again, nostalgic feeling, uh, associated with the orcs. Okay, so this mission, we get the peon and all this other stuff, but we don't really need to use it. Interesting, because I think with the humans you are getting at least one archer. Not so here. Okay, let's slow this down just a little bit. Okay, in principle, again, this game, just like StarCraft, is all about positioning your units and microcontrol. My microcontrol is completely horrible, so I'm just gonna wing it. Wow, how do you? Where do we go? Okay, so maybe speed this up a little bit. Okay, ideally, we don't want to lose a single guy. So these towers are just watchtowers, not really doing anything. Okay, so this Zul'dare troll guy, again, the sort of figure I would remember for years and years to come. Also, these neutral guys, before you before they switch over to your side, it's possible to kill them. And I remember actually losing missions because I would destroy an indispensable piece of equipment early on. Okay, so this is our Zul'dare, the troll X-thrower. Again, the game is kind of introducing us slowly to everything it has to offer. So these first units, and again, it's not like you tech up to them. No. You actually have to save this guy so that he joins your cause and sort of becomes sort of one of your. Again, it's a lot of fun replaying these missions, and I've been doing this for a while now. Okay, is Zul'dare? Okay, it's not selected for some reason. Okay, come on, Zul'dare. In order to win this mission, we actually have to get Zul'dare to the Circle of Power. I've lost the grunt, probably. But that's okay. So, keeping units information is kind of important, but again, these first missions, I'm just gonna wing through that. Okay, so this is our base. Have to be careful not to attack it. So here's we're gonna have the Circle of Power. Okay, yeah. So the important bit is to get Zul'dare here to the Circle of Power, and that's gonna be our victory. Where's Zul'dare? Oh my God, pathfinding, excellent! He's stuck all over there. Wow. Okay, should I use this opportunity to blabber about? Okay, so pathfinding, still he's stuck. He's completely stuck beyond repair. If you keep clicking on the units, they start saying funny things. Like that. What? Okay, so pathfinding is not the best. So I have to manually guide him. Also, I do feel there's a bit of a lag. It's really quite remarkable for a game as old as this. Okay, so this is going to be our victory. I hope that the sound is not too loud, but let me maybe, just to be on the safe side, let me turn it down a little bit. Okay, so here's our victory. Rank slave. I remember when I was a kid, all of this used to like be of such significance. Like this was all highly meaningful. So, although again, first 4 missions approximately is as far as I could get when I was a kid. Beyond that, it was without cheat codes. It was very hard. Okay, so. Okay, so this guy goes here, this guy builds farms. It's a good idea to place farms strategically so that they defend you from the attacks. So in principle I have these 2 guys. Could set them on patrol, but the ships are really overpowered in this game. I mean, most of the missions, the way I remember them, if you have ships, is you're using ships well, again, this is at least the strategy that I've used, using ships to destroy basically everything you can get, because the ships are vastly more powerful than land units, as you can see here. So again, it's also, let me just take a pause. Let me just take a moment to say this. It's a beautiful game. Look. I think it's aged perfectly. Some other games that I used to love as a child, kind of hard to play now, but this game is just completely seamless. Um, okay, so this is always my problem, and talking and playing at the same time exacerbates this drastically. People have to be doing something at all times, and right now they're not. Okay, so the lumber mill. Let's place a lumber mill in a strategic location somewhere, so that uh, if you click something like 20 times on the critter will explode. So again, so let's place. Let's place the lumber mill in a strategic location. So, wow, bad. I've lost a unit. I mean, it's obviously no big deal, but you know, I prefer not to do this, especially when I do these reruns. Okay, so peasants. As a rule of thumb, it's not like they should always be training. Like in principle, yeah, that's a good idea, but in these early missions, sometimes you can get run. You can, well, I mean, not just early missions, but in some of the missions, you can run out of gold. So sometimes it's not really worth getting too many peasants. So upgrades take a very long time to complete. Like in principle, if I needed X throwers, I would have done the upgrade. I don't really need X throwers in this mission, so this mission is all ships basically. So that's fine. Okay, so we've got the basics down, so we can speed things up a little bit. When you are constructing a building, you can order nearby peasants to help repair, so they will build a building faster, but at the cost of additional resources. So again, unless it's absolutely necessary, I would prefer to not do that. Okay, do we have enough for the shipyard, I wonder? 800. Wow, okay. So talking and playing at the same time is kind of challenging a little bit. So again, these things, you cannot build the shipyard too close to the oil patch. That's how you call it. Again, unfortunately, you cannot really repair anything in this game apart from the buildings. I think you can also repair transport ships, but like these regular ships, like if they're damaged, they're damaged. Paladins have heal. The human faction paladins have heal, but you know, I usually have trouble micromanaging that. In principle, I think in the competitive scene, the orcs are okay. Not enough farms. Not paying attention to the game. In the competitive scene, the orcs are more like more powerful than humans, precisely because of this. Not precisely, but because of the bloodlust ability, which speeds up the. So I actually have plenty of gold, so maybe I should set at least a couple villagers to wood. Maybe more. Do I need another farm? Well, you know, just for fun. Done building ship. So again, the objectives here is to build 4 oil derricks. We're probably gonna need a couple destroyers to just clear out the area to the north. Okay, so this should be enough farms. So this is only upgrading access. We could build barracks, but it's not required for this mission. Can I make them explode? It takes something like 20 clicks. Okay, yeah, exploded. These critters are very cute though, so I would prefer not to kill them without severe necessity. So we're gonna again, something I would also try to do in other missions, so is to get as large a fleet as possible, because usually that gives you an edge, and to upgrade the ships before you send them to attack. You know, but these are in these early missions, you don't really have a foundry yet. To wow. Oh no, this is bad. What the hell? Okay, I should have waited to get more ships. Now I'm screwed. Amazing. I'm failing at this game. Okay, let's get this one to work. This is what happens when you're not paying attention. These guys, first level? Yeah, first level, so they're not. I thought 3 would be enough. Have to also be careful, because you can accidentally set the ships to attack your own. Okay, let's see if they have any more ships. Yeah. Okay, let's get this one out of harm's way. Wow. Again. I am not being very good at this. Well, whatever. Let's imagine I'm just... You know. I'm not even going to finish this sentence, okay? There's nothing much to say. Really. Okay, so... What's the platform? So my fog of war is off. Okay, let's just leave it off. It's kinda, I mean, especially for me at this stage, it's kinda challenging to talk and play at the same time. I have to confess. Are there gonna be any more enemies? No. Okay, so let's destroy this, and let's destroy this. I think the art is really beautiful in this game. I mean, all of these buildings. This game actually takes a fair amount of resources from the first game, from Warcraft 1. Need more lumber. So, okay, chop lumber. From the first game, like some of the sounds are the same as, you know, Warcraft 1, Orcs and Humans. Okay, so this is just... Let's just explore the rest of the map. While we're waiting for this stuff to get destroyed again. The buildings can take quite a beating before they go down. Okay, so this is especially again since later missions I find kind of challenging. It's a lot of fun for me to just, you know, play through the first missions, you know, do a like 100% completion, like kill everyone, try to not lose anyone in the process, which obviously I haven't been able to do in this game. But yeah, explore all the map, maybe mine all the resources, do all the upgrades. I'm not sure if it's going to be fun for somebody who hasn't played this game as a kid, but again, to me, there's this nostalgia. Okay, so this is going to be our last one, and as soon as this oil platform, as soon as this oil platform goes up, we win. Maybe build a barracks just for fun, and research the upgrade while we're waiting. Again, amazingly, I really like this game much more than I like Warcraft 3. That game is cool too. Yeah, but it just doesn't have this, again, nostalgia, I guess. Age of Empires 2 is another strategy, which has similar vibes for me to this one, but I don't really like it as much. Okay, let me just double check if. Okay, everything seems to be going well. Everything seems to be going fine. So let's go back to the game. Let's just save, just in case something crashes. I mean, it's cheat codes you can use to jump through the levels if you need to do this, which is fine. Okay, so this is the first real mission, and I mean, maybe I should. Anyway, let's jump into it. But this one is the real deal. Okay, so let's immediately slow this things down a little bit. I mean, it's not like it's easy to lose this or anything like that. Okay, so farms. Should have started with farms. Maybe farms in a defensive formation. Okay, so let's. In principle, I usually prefer to first upgrade the fleet as far as I can before searching around, but maybe if there's just some units, some enemy units here, land units, the ship isn't gonna take much damage. Let's just move around. Okay, again, in principle, I would prefer leaving Fog of War on, but, you know, just right now for the sake of simplicity, because again, it's talking and playing at the same time is taxing my brain a little bit, so let me just leave it this way for now. This was my favorite mission as a kid, because this was basically the only one I could do without losing. So there's gonna be an enemy transport ship landing. Ideally, I would prefer to take it out before it lands. But if I fail at that, I mean, no problem. We're gonna have a little skirmish on land. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so need to be building villagers constantly. Peons at this early stage of the game. I mean, in principle, I think the enemy transport ship is somewhere over here. I could just do a sneaky attack, but I won't. Okay, so how much do we need? So what do we need? We need a lumber mill. Okay, not enough gold. We need a lumber mill in order to get the shipyard up. So I wanna just focus on that, because the navy is going to be our key to success at this early stage. So how much do I need for the lumber mill? 600. Okay, let me scout a good location for the lumber mill while we're at it. Somewhere far from the base. Okay, this one seems good. Do we have enough? Yes, excellent. We have enough. So something like this. The villagers will not gather resources automatically. Okay, so no farms. The villagers will not gather resources automatically the same way they would do in, for example, Age of Empires 2, but you know, that's fine. So farms, 500. Okay, maybe somewhere over here. I think we can also build towers. It's not like we need them right now or anything like that. Skirmish in this game, like skirmish versus AI, is pretty damn hard. At least for me, like it's highly challenging for me to beat this one. It doesn't really have difficulty levels, so it's like I should be building peons. Difficulty levels in the sense that like there's only one AI setting. It's not like they have an easy or medium AI. Just one setting. So we can actually probably speed this up just a little bit, because this is okay. So let's get back to work. We're doing well so far. Let me just, this is a little bit of an OCD on my part. Let me just save the game. So this is Orcs, mission number 4. It's called Hildbrad, I think. I played this mission so many times that I actually remember the name of the town. Should we get another peon? Yeah, I guess we should. We also should probably set some villagers to work with lumber. And we should try to get the Shipyard as fast as possible. Okay, so maybe this is enough villagers. I mean, it's not like we have a ton of gold. I mean, there's additional gold mines on these islands around here, but and you know, again, if I did that like 100% walkthrough, I would colonize all of the islands, you know, just for fun. But at this stage, maybe it's enough to just rush through this. Also, notice how the villagers are collecting lumber 100 plus 25. It's kind of important to get these upgrades as fast as possible so that your economy is working at the maximum efficiency. Having said that, I mean, obviously I'm not anything like, I mean, it's like I haven't played this game at a competitive level, so I'm not actually sure how important that is. But it's the kind of thing I like to do when I play. Again, so it's important. One of the like balancing issues is you cannot have collecting buildings too close to the resources. Like you cannot build a town hall too close to the mine. You cannot build a shipyard too close to the oil patch. It's kind of a balancing issue, something like that. Okay, do I need barracks? Yeah, I am gonna need barracks, but not enough trees so far. So okay, let's set this guy to work and maybe get some more peons while we're at it. I feel there may be an attack coming. Okay, so let's set our guys to patrol. Again, in principle, I'm sure it's very important to have the grunts in front and the trolls behind them, but you know, we're not gonna bother about this at this stage. Okay, no, farms. Okay, let's build a farm. This guy ain't doing nothing. I can build a couple ships before I need to get an oil tanker. That's probably what I'm gonna do in order to, you know, just have, you know, more robust defense. It's not like any of this is necessary because again, this is an early game. It doesn't really matter all that much. Early mission. It doesn't really matter all that much, but you know, just for fun. I prefer to do it this way. Okay, so the ships. Again, playing, you know, British style, for the Queen. This stuff about Atlantic and continental civilizations. We're playing as an Atlantic civilization. The Navy is going to be the basis of our power. Okay, and as soon as yeah, okay, excellent. So we have 3 ships. We can go scout. Again, ideally we want to intercept the enemy transport ship before it gets to our shores. Oh, no. Another thing I also need to do is... Another thing that we also need to do is build a foundry or something like that to upgrade the ships. And also, oh, yeah. In addition to that, to upgrade, to get more oil refinery. This is... I think that the transport ship is going to go through somewhere around here. Not enough oil. Oh, I need oil. Why is this not being built? Foundry, same thing. You need plenty of oil for the foundry. I wonder if we should try to destroy the transport ship, or maybe we should allow them, the enemy, to land just for fun, just to see what a land battle looks like. So let me maybe, you know, not be too upset about that. On the one hand, on the other hand, maybe it's a good idea to disrupt their oil. This takes a long time. What did I press to cancel the... Okay, so to cancel the building of the oil patch. See another gold mine in principle. It would be nice to expand there, to make an expansion, but you know, in principle it's fine the way it is. Why isn't the refinery being built? I'm sure I've ordered that. I want to see the replay. Did I press escape or something like that? I don't know. Some weird quirks. It's almost dead. Get built, get built. Do we have extra peons or something? We need to build barracks. We have plenty of resources at this stage. Wow! Yes! Okay, let's slow this down just a little bit and let's make sure we can kill these guys. They're gonna kill our peons. The peons can fight back. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, in principle, this is not very well executed on my part, but whatever, you know, just for fun. Okay, so we had a landing at this stage. Maybe we should try to destroy the transport ship before they get another landing. I think, I'm not sure, but I think like if you destroy the transport ship, then I'm going to build another one. So my economy has taken a hit, I think. Okay, so there's a transport ship, so we can destroy that. Again, speed this up. Okay, again, the naval units have this very strong advantage against land-based units. I mean, it stands to reason, obviously, a ship is stronger than a, let's say, a footman. But there's no hotkey to find an idle peasant. Something I wish was here. Something I miss in this game. Okay, so let's... Okay, so let's make some inroads into their base. Okay, let's start with this one. The upgrades take a lot of time to complete, so it's important to start them early on. So what are we doing? Okay, let's start by destroying the... what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold, so press stop, and they're gonna... can I explain this briefly? Like if I order them to attack the building, they'll attack it no matter what. If I press stop, as far as I remember, they assume this like generally aggressive stance, and if the computer builds another ship, they'll attack that one instead of the shipyard, which is what I want, because I don't want them to attack a shipyard while sort of there's an enemy ship attacking them. I'm not sure if I explained that properly. I mean, in general. Again, I keep saying it's not like I'm particularly good at any of these games. Okay, so let me just build, just for fun, just build a tower just to see, you know. And I'm gonna need a transport ship as fast as, well, not really as fast as possible, but I'm gonna need it eventually. Some people may find it more fun, like to land with a force and attack the enemy on land, but this is a bit of a cheesy strategy, because obviously the computer like should move its forces back towards the base, to the protection of the base, but you know, a bit of a cheesy strategy, but whatever. Can we attack this? Oh yeah, excellent, we can. So let's build a transport ship. And while we're at it... Okay. Being attacked somewhat. Let's just use this to scout. Again, as you can see, it takes a lot of time to take the buildings down. This is so beautiful, I mean, these farms. Again, maybe it's due to nostalgia, but yeah. Especially this pig noises when you click on the orc farm. This brings back a lot of memories. So I'm cheesing the computer at this stage, but that's okay. So these additional islands, so as you can see there's 2 additional gold mines. Again, in principle, if I had more time, I would have landed there and made an expansion, but right now I just don't want to do this. The seals are cute, really cute. Again, like taking every gold mine, taking every oil patch. This is the way I actually sort of like to play these missions, but you know, right now it's not important. Right now maybe I should just, you know, finish this as more or less as fast as possible. We should be preparing the landing force, which is not something I'm doing at the moment. We don't... Do we have a blacksmith? I'm pretty sure we don't. So yeah, no blacksmith. But we can upgrade our X-throwers here. Okay, so our ships are maximum damage. That's good. So while we're at it, let's just make sure we scout all of the map. Who are my favorite units? I used to really like trolls, X-throwers and berserkers when I was a kid. So here, it's completely cheesing the hell out of the out of the computer, because the computer is just basically throwing all of the villagers, all of the soldiers to repairing this one tower. We should get a landing party as soon as possible. No building queue. This is kind of something that... I mean, I'm not the most... what's the right phrase? Not the most attentive player, and if you don't get a building queue where you can queue up training of troops, severely detracts from my ability to micromanage the game. So this is not my game. These axes, this artwork, again, it's wonderful. And if you click on the troll, this icon is going to change depending on this upgrade. Same goes for the grunt, but I don't have a blacksmith to upgrade them yet. Okay, so we can... I think there's 6 guys who can go into the transport ship. So yeah, let's get one more, and... Or maybe we should... Well, anyway, we could get a peon, but you know, this is going to be fine. In principle, couple ships maybe would be a better idea. I'm sure there's all sorts of micromanagement strategies, like more efficient ways to win this mission, but you know. Okay, let's move. Let's go. Let's land maybe here. Can I kill this guy? Apparently not. Excellent. Okay, so let's get our... using control groups. Let's get our grunts in front and... okay, this is not too bad. I'm sure I need more troops. Maybe ideally I even need... Okay, so totally forgot about this guy, so we can get guard towers. Excellent. Let's bring this ship back over. It's not like I'm going to build this many guys, but anyway, just for fun. Okay, this is actually surprisingly not too bad. Though if I miss, if I lose all the grunts, it's gonna be hard taking these rest of these guys out. Okay, that's bad. My landing party is trashed. Let's get a new one. So probably we should get another. Uh, should get another barracks up, just to speed things up. Also maybe take a peon. In principle, I could lure the enemies out, but something happened to the music again. Strange lags. I wonder if this has to do with the recording. Okay, so we have a peon, a couple guys, maybe get at least one more, maybe a couple, I don't know. So there's another peon over here. Okay, anyway, let's land the peon. Let's see if we can build something. I'm not sure if the enemy is gonna allow us, but we'll try. Yep. So we can order this guy to help. Wow. I am not doing very well. How could I lose that guy? This is weird. So you guy maybe can build a tower. In principle, yeah, I'm not playing this very attentively. I need to be pumping out guys constantly. It's not what I'm doing at all. Okay. Okay, so you guys, you know, just for fun, so that you're not really standing around, let's build a... I like to put my guys to use, you know, if I have them. So these guys are half dead. Not very good. I can imagine this is by no means the most efficient way to go through this mission. I mean, I should have, you know, I should have won a while back. It takes me too long. Okay. This is not bad. Is this the end? Let's retreat back here. Let's just kite him around. Wow. Mad kiting skills. Getting mad at myself a little bit for taking so long. Yeah, I've said at the beginning, I am not good at this game by any standard. Which is probably why I should end on this mission, because further on, it's only going to get worse for me, in the sense that the mistakes are going to get more and more costly. Also have to say, I haven't really played this in a while, so yeah. Is this like cheap excuses? I guess so. These are cheap excuses. Where did this guy come from? Okay, excellent. got this in the bag. I'm just browsing to see if we have any. Like, there's enough food. Okay, okay, that's probably gonna be enough. Excellent. Actually, no. Why stand around? Let's build another farm. Also, we probably don't need this many ships, and certainly we don't need this many transport ships. So maybe we can just to check out the functionality. Okay, no, this one cannot attack, but we can order a ship to attack another ship, one of our own, which is useful if like you ran out of food and you need additional. Okay, no, I already sunk that one. Okay, so this is enough, this is enough. I'm sure there's a peasant who's not doing anything over here. Let me go back to gold. It's so much gold in this gold mine. Okay, excellent, excellent. Again, I used to love this as a kid. Freudians would make a lot of this. Raiding innocent villagers. This mission, especially this mission, is like the paradigm of this Viking type raid. Orcs raiding a human settlement. Again, this was the last mission I could do without cheat codes, I think, and this is the mission I love the most. It doesn't really have ogres or catapults or anything like that, but you know, I loved it. And especially as orcs. I mean, it's doable as humans as well, but, you know, I love to play as the orcs. Okay, as soon as we get done with these couple buildings, that's gonna be the end. And I'm probably gonna finish here, because that's enough for now. So let's see the victory screen, and then we're gonna be done. Okay, excellent, excellent. Victory. Grunt. Rank. Grunt. Kills. 66 versus 14. Not bad, not bad. I guess. No, actually it's horrible, but you know, let's imagine I haven't played this in a while. Oh yeah. This is gonna be a cinematic right now, I think. That's loud. This is clearly the kind of thing that your parents don't want to be playing. Like, your parents don't want their kids, any kind of parents don't want their kids to be playing. Okay, so the next mission is actually a lot of fun, but, you know, I should probably end the video here, more or less. Okay, so let's save the game. And we'll continue this next time. So this is Orcs, Mission 5. Zul'dare, I think? Or something like that. Yeah, I used to lose this mission. Well, it's like I used to, yeah. The problem I had in this mission is that I would destroy the transport ships. I would need to go over. Where's the transport ships, I wonder? Okay, no. Let's just end this here. Anyway. One last look at the title screen, and then that's the end of it. Okay, this was fun. I hope this was fun. Let me stop. If I can press the stop button.